Hey, what's going on, guys? Andrew here. Welcome to the inaugural run of, I guess, a podcast. I don't know what we're gonna be doing. I'm just a regular dude from Texas. I do a lot of gaming and stuff. Historically, that's what I've done online as far as like content creation goes. Would be gaming and stuff like that. Twitch streaming under the name Hot Sauce Z. A lot of people, depending on where I share this, you guys may know me by Hot Sauce Z. For y'all that do not know me, hello, I'm Hot Sauce Z, or Andrew. The Hot Sauce Z name, I don't know if it's going to stick around. We may do a little bit of a rebrand, considering that name's really old, and I've been kind of wanting to get away from it for a little while and sort of broaden what I'm doing, or transition to something else, kind of like we're doing here with this podcast. So let me talk about this podcast real quick. I've tried a podcast before, and I made it focused on like gaming and stuff like that, more specifically like Battlefield, or just like what I was doing in video gaming and Twitch streaming and stuff like that. And I did it for probably, like 10 episodes or something. It wasn't anything crazy. And after that, I just kind of, went on to focusing on different aspects of gaming content creation. And so it was fun. And I've just been kind of thinking again, I want to get back into podcasting, but I want to do something that's a little bit more, will apply to a little bit broader audience. Talk about topics that people may be seeing in, pop culture and news and stuff like that. Just make it sort of like a general, I don't want to say news, because I'm not trying to like do the news cycle stuff. Man, it's intense. It's intense trying to keep up with the news. You always got to be on it, and you got to, breaking news. Like I don't want to be breaking news. I just want to be talking about the stuff, So that's going to be the point of this podcast. I'm just going to get on here probably weekly, and I'll just take notes. Like literally this week, I just took notes throughout the week of like random little things that just happen to like pop off or like trend on Twitter or whatever, that I was like, oh, okay, well, this seems to be a big deal, or oh, okay, that's kind of interesting, just kind of stuff like that. So we're going to talk about stuff that does that. I do a lot of time on Twitter, X, following the happenings on there, all that kind of stuff. So that's what we're going to talk about, just random stuff from Twitter, stuff that was important. Do that probably weekly. I'm recording this on Thursday, February 20th. So I probably won't get it up today. Maybe up sometime this weekend. We'll iron all those details out. Anyways, I'm looking at weekly. We're talking about not news, but just current events. I don't know how you want to put it. And so, yeah, we're going to go from there. Let me find my notes. Hope you guys had a good week post-Valentine's. I guess we're post-Valentine's now. We're post-Valentine's. And that actually is a pretty good segue into one of the first things I wanted to talk about here. Pretty much like my entire feed last week was Elon Musk. It's Elon Musk a lot. I'm on Elon's app, so naturally it's Elon a lot. He posts a lot. He lives on X. He lives on there. And I don't know how he has time to do everything he does. But he found some time to do some other activities, apparently, a couple months ago. And some of you people may know of the name Ashley St. Clair. This was big news this past week. Apparently, Ashley St. Clair had Elon Musk's child 5 months ago, and nobody knew. That just came out of nowhere. She just like dropped that bombshell on us out of nowhere. Like, hey, I had Elon's kid 5 months ago, by the way. I want to be private about it. I don't really want to talk about it. And then she like went on and like did some kind of interview or something. Let me see if I can find what she said. Let's see. I have a couple notes here. So Ashley St. Clair, she's a 26-year-old conservative influencer. If you guys don't know who she is, and she's known for work on the Babylon Bee. She's got appearances on Fox News, several other conservative podcasts. She's a big like conservative, like right-wing Twitter kind of personality. Posts a lot about that kind of stuff, and she just comes out of nowhere and says, "Hey, I got Elon's kid," and it's just like super like random, but So this is what she posted. I'll read off what she posted. She said, 5 months ago, I welcomed a new baby into the world. Elon Musk is the father. I have not previously disclosed this to protect our child's privacy and safety, but in recent days it has become clear that tabloid media intends to do so, regardless of the harm it will cause. Musk has not directly addressed this claim, responding directly on X with comments like, whoa, to post, and that's just like the grok summary thing there. But yeah, that's what she said. And yeah, like it said, like, I don't think Elon's confirmed this. So yeah, like the biggest thing he put was, whoa, you know? He's just kind of put like one word replies to to stuff she said, if he says anything to you know, the post at all. She kind of went off the rails. She was posting a lot there for a little while, which, I mean, I guess understandably, right? You have a gazillionaire's child and you're like alone on Valentine's Day or whatever. That's what somebody said. Let me see if I can find it. These were going around on Valentine's Day because that's when all this came out, was Valentine's Day. And this person, this was shared up from several different accounts, probably all copying each other. This one's by Angie G. She says, as a woman, I know exactly why Ashley St. Clair announced the baby today. It wasn't because she was about to be doxxed, but my money is on Elon being out with another woman tonight for Valentine's Day, and she's pissed. So I think it's probably maybe some of it. I don't know. I don't know Ashley St. Clair. Excuse me. I don't know Elon, but seems like it could be. A woman scorned us on other tweets talking about that. What do we call them now? Tweets? Posts? But yeah, she's not happy. There was like a good little back and forth, and everybody's like trying to figure out like, oh, dude, is this for real? Is it like, is it the IVF thing again? Like, did she actually do it? Did they actually like do it, or is it like kind of sort of an artificial kind of thing? Semi-artificial. You know what I mean? I don't have to spell it out for y'all. I don't have to spell it out, but yeah, so here's the little timeline of events. She announced on February 14th that Musk was the father, citing that the tabloid was like gonna, I don't know, oust her child or something. She's like, please respect our privacy in this time. And then she like turned around and did an interview with, dude, who was it? Was it New York Post? Is that right? Am I getting that right? She did like a huge like tell-all with some publication after she was like, please don't get into this. We want our privacy. And then she's like, just kidding. Come to my house and I'll tell you all of it. Like, what, dude? Doesn't make sense. Be sure to get a picture of my feet too. I saw somebody was like clowning her for that. They were like, oh, okay, I'll take a picture of me on the windowsill. Be sure you get this angle. Make sure my feet are in it. She's like, they're saying like she's still just, e-girl, gonna e-girl kind of thing. Apparently she's like kind of like e-girl thing. She has a little bit of a past, something about a sex laptop or something. That was her name. I don't know. There was some suggestive posts, but that was in the past, whatever. But apparently she revealed that she feels jilted and terrified by Musk's lack of support. And her agent has confirmed that Musk has not reached out whatsoever. Apparently some pictures were resurfacing. couple days ago, of them together, sort of like in the past. I think Musk interviewed with her at Babylon Bee or something, from what I was reading. So, anyways, I don't know. That was huge news. Was this actually St. Clair stuff? Kind of popped up out of nowhere, and it's like, oh, okay, dude. Elon Musk's he's a busy guy, man. He's running businesses. He's got the political stuff going on. What with Doge, the Department of Government Efficiency. So I think that's what it is. Might be paraphrasing that. And he's also apparently busy with having children. I think he has like what is this, like 13 now? 13 children he's got? That's a lot of kids. I don't know how much he's always with the one, right? He's always with one of them. On camera and stuff. I think he had the kid with him at the White House or something the other day. So, he's at least involved in that kid's life. I don't know where that one. I don't know which one that is. I'm not an expert on Elon's family life, but maybe that's one of the ones from like Grimes or something. I don't know, but at least he's involved in that kid's life. People have been speculating that, they're like, oh, there's like a chart showing like the family tree now, descendants of Elon Musk kind of thing. And somebody was like, oh, well, they're all going to hate him or something. It's like, yeah, I mean, maybe. I don't know. Probably. I don't know how present he's going to be. This is a lot of children with several different women. He's, I don't know. Busy guy. Busy guy. So yeah, that's one bit of relationship news. I do have a note about some other relationship news here. Apparently, now this was news a couple days ago. I'm just kind of going down my notes that I took for the week, just like random thing, like, oh, okay, that's like a pop culture thing. Like, oh, that's just, that's something that's happening. Kanye West recently resurfaced. I guess that's still news too. The thing I have in my notes here is about Kanye and his wife, fiance. I'm actually not sure of the relation 100%. That's why I don't want to be a news person. That's why I told y'all at the beginning of the podcast I'm not going to be a news person, because I don't know the facts. I just know random snippets of stuff I see. But anyways, Kanye and his... I want to say she's his wife, but maybe she's not. We'll just say Kanye and his woman, okay? Kanye and his woman, Bianca Censori? Again, don't know how to say her name. Didn't look it up. So bad at podcasting. They're splitting up, apparently. Now, this was like a report from what? Somebody reported it, okay? Somebody said, oh. It just says here, split reports emerge. Who reported it? I actually, I'm getting all turned around on my notes here. I'll take better notes. This is like the inaugural run. But, let's see. Split rumors. It just says reports emerged. On February 13th, 2025, reports emerged claiming the couple was splitting, with sources suggesting they had reached out to divorce attorneys. However, their representative, Milo Yiannopoulos, I'm not sure you say that, he denied the rumors, he or she, stating they were in Los Angeles and planning to spend Valentine's Day together, dismissing the reports as tabloid speculation. So, yeah, it was just tabloids, I guess, apparently. Because apparently they have plans. They had plans to spend Valentine's together, and there hasn't been any more reports of what was going on. So that's sort of curious, but it was kind of like a big thing, and especially because they've been kind of in the news lately, right? Like Kanye has. I mean, Kanye's been going off the rails on X, posting insane stuff. He's I don't know, man. It's been crazy stuff. Yeah, he had the swastika t-shirt or something. Like, hey man, let's not do the swastika t-shirt. That's probably not a good plan. Let's think of something else. And just wild stuff. Wildly sexist things and Again, the swastika shirt. I mean, it's just been some crazy stuff. Not to mention what he had her wear to the award ceremony. What was it, the Grammys? I mean, if you could even call that wearing something. It was like essentially just nothing. I mean, it was transparent as hell. It was very transparent. There's kids around and stuff at those award shows. That's crazy. Somebody said that they believed, hold on, I bookmarked it. They believed that they were like, the theory that she's a Fed or something is becoming truer and truer or something like that. Let me see. This idea was going around. This is from an account called Doomer. He says, it's at Uncle Doomer. He says, I'm beginning to think that the theory was accurate, that she was an intelligence asset sent to keep him in check, and that he was parading her around naked to humiliate her because he knew she was a Fed. They were talking about and some other people were talking about oh, he has her wear super transparent clothes so that they can hide the wire, or so that she can't hide the wire, I don't know. I don't know about that. I mean, it definitely ain't going to be hiding no wire. It's all very visible. Everything was very visible. But I don't know if she's a Fed, man. I think it's just kind of a... I don't know how they got together. It was after, because he was with, what's her name? Super famous. And then got this chick, Bianca. So, I don't know. That was another big relationship news there. But I guess so Pop Crave tweeted that TMZ reports Kanye West and Bianca Censori don't have a prenup agreement. So, and I bookmarked this one because somebody said, if only there was a song that could have told him about a prenup. That's pretty good. But I guess they're not even splitting, so maybe it's fine. I guess maybe there just hasn't been news about that, but that's pretty wild. And just the whole, I don't know what's going on with Kanye. He's off there. He's probably about to drop more music, right? Or do another album or something. So he's just getting super wild, and or he's gonna unveil a new shoe or something, and he's gonna do that. And this is just all the publicity to lead up to that. Probably is what I figure. That, or he's just, I don't know, legit kind of just going off the rails. He's kind of slowed down, right? He's not. Let me go to his thing here and look. Maybe he's chilled out a little bit. I haven't been seeing him as much, I'll say that. He was, it's a lot of reposts and stuff now for the past several hours. He was tweeting some yesterday. He says yesterday, after further reflection, I've come to the realization that I'm not a Nazi. So, I mean, that's good. I mean, he's kind of still going, right? Oh, has he been deleting posts? I can't scroll anymore. What's going on? Yeah, I'm scrolling through his feed right now, and it stops after a repost of Complex Music saying, "Breaking: A$AP Rocky has been found not guilty in his gun assault trial." So there's that too. That's a bit of news. I don't really know anything about that, though, so I won't be talking about it. But, yeah, he's pretty much, he's kind of cleared his feed out a little bit here. 33.2 million followers. So, yeah, I don't know if him and Bianca are getting split or what. I guess we'll see if she shows up to another award ceremony with a very revealing bit of clothing. But, yeah. Where do we want to go to next, dude? I'm looking through my notes here. We've got, apparently Eagles are obsessed with Cowboys. That was after the Super Bowl win. Apparently the Eagles are obsessed with the Cowboys. I get a lot of Cowboys stuff on my feed because I'm a Cowboys fan from Texas. So, we them boys and all that. The Eagles players are, who was it, dude? Was it CJ Gardner-Johnson? somebody, I don't know, they were obsessed with like what the Cowboys were thinking, or like Cowboys fans were thinking. It was really weird. It's like, dude, you just won the Super Bowl, and now you're concerned about what Cowboys fans or Cowboys players are doing. It was very like rent-free behavior kind of thing, I think, is what people were trying to say. I never really looked too much into it. I don't really know why I wrote this note down, but apparently that was happening. In other NFL news, apparently Justin Tucker's been being a little sketchy. I don't know. Dude, where else are we at? How long have I been talking, man? Only been 20 minutes. Pretty bad at this, actually. It's kind of hard. Podcasting is difficult, dude. Okay, so there was this account, right? I don't know. Some of y'all might have seen it on your feed. Some might have not. It depends on your algorithm, right? If you've seen it or not. But there was like this big account called Patriarchy Hannah. Have y'all seen this? I remember seeing her every so often on my feed, not like a lot, but it would come across and enough to where I recognized the profile picture. Well, this guy comes out the other day and he's like, I want to out this profile as being like not even real, basically. So he like outlines all these various different reasons of why this account is like not real. You know, for those that don't know, Patriarchy Hannah, she was like the big like trad wife thing that's going on right now. I don't know if it's like big right now. It does seem like an increasing number of people are trying to go like the trad wife kind of way. And anyways, she's this woman. She has a husband named Tony, I believe, and they have like 14 kids or something. That was like the premise of this account. And they live in a town that they own or something, which, okay. Dude, to outside voices, they own a town? And get this, it's not even just that they own it. It's called Tony Town, man. The husband's name is Tony. The town that they live in is called Tony Town. Okay, sounds fake. That's not real, Tony Town. But I don't know. People thought this account was real, and they have like 14 kids, and they own some land, and they got a house out there, and they're gonna build a house for every single one of the kids. When it comes time for them to have to live somewhere. So she like posted a picture of a house the other day or whenever, I don't know. I didn't follow her. I was just kind of reading through this thread. I'd gone down the rabbit hole and she posts this picture of this house, right? And it's in this guy's like expose, if you want to call it that. And he's like, yeah, that house is not theirs. That belongs to such and such. And she had claimed that it was built by Tony for the children, and this guy, Ryan something, man, I wish I could remember his name. He said, no, it's not built by Tony. It's built by these builders. It's on this land right here, and it doesn't belong to them. It belongs to these people. And apparently she had just like, it turns out she had made all of this up. She had like Discord communities and like a big following on X of a bunch of, you know, women that like kind of looked up to her, right? So it's like, it's kind of sad. But apparently the whole story is like kind of sad. She got the picture from, she like lives, I guess, on her parents' land or in her parents' house or something. And she took the picture from an adjacent like peninsula or something in a river that like bisects the land, or a creek or something. And, you know, so that's how she got the picture that she posted on socials. And I don't think she has all those kids or whatever. I saw like a bunch of like, I don't know, discussion on it, and I probably should have cleared up what exactly was real. But people were saying like, yeah, the kids don't exist. Tony is not alive. Like the pictures she used were of like some random woman. Like she was like catfishing people with some other woman's photos. Like dude, like as soon as like the layers started getting peeled off, it was getting crazier and crazier. I was like, man, this is wild, man. You never know. You never know what's going on the internet. It's insane. But yeah, I think she since deleted the account. It's pretty crazy. Apparently people had like really formed like a community with her and you know, similar ideas and stuff like that. And it turns out she had kind of made it all up. And people were saying like, oh man, I shared like personal details with this person as we were talking, and it turns out they're not even real. So that, man, it's just a good warning to not like, dude, don't share too much online. It's probably not a good plan. I say as I'm like creating something to share online, right? But I mean, I'm not a trad guy posing as a, whatever. So, anyways, dude, that was kind of weird. For those that saw that big, I used to see that account, man. It used to be around, and then it just turns out it was all fake, man. It's been some wild days on the internet. It's been some wild days in the air too. Okay, like what are we doing with what's going on with the planes, man? Okay, like what is happening? First, we have helicopters crashing into planes just mid-flight. What? Huh? And people will say like, oh, since Trump got in office, and I just feel like, no, what does that have to do with anything? I don't know. Unless this stuff's like planned or something. I'm not trying to put on like my tinfoil hat or whatever, but like quit running the airplanes into stuff that the airplanes are not supposed to run into. Okay, airplanes are supposed to run into empty air in front of them, and that's it. And then like maybe if you count like a runway, like the wheels are supposed to run into the runway as it stops. Don't run them into walls. Don't run them into the ground. Don't run them into each other. Just have the planes be in the air and then land on the ground and then be done, okay? They don't interact with helicopters, all that good stuff. Dude, this Delta flight or whatever, just the other day, is upside down on the runway, man. Why is it upside down on the runway? Dude, I saw the video. There's a video going around. A couple videos started coming out, and the clearest one I saw was like the plane comes down and it like touches, I guess, and maybe it came in a little hard, and it's like going along, and then it like, boom, there's like this fire that happens, and then it like rolls for some reason, snaps a wing off, fire gets bigger, and it like skids upside down, finally to a stop. I mean, at least it was like at an airport on a runway. I don't think anybody died. There was several injuries. Some people had to be evacuated, airlifted, whatever. I think there were some critical injuries, but I don't think anybody's died. So that's very good as far as that goes. But I guess Delta is going to give people money. What did I read? $30,000 maybe for being on that flight. Like, oh, whoops, here's $30,000. And apparently, the $30,000 doesn't, if you take that $30,000, it doesn't interfere with any sort of litigation or anything later on down the road. So if there's like a case, you can still get settlement and stuff out of that later. So pretty much these people are getting like $30,000 just as a, we're sorry. But they could get more if it goes to court and all that. So, dude, the planes, I don't know what's going on with them. I think I read, I should say, that they haven't released the pilots' names. I'm not sure if I've been seeing that mentioned a lot. Oh, well, why don't they release the pilots' names? Why don't they release the pilots' names? I don't know, probably not to get them into like a witch hunt or something. But, I mean, they know who the pilots are. I don't know why they're not releasing them, but I don't know what are people going to do with that information? They're just going to take it upon themselves, vigilante justice, or what's going on? Like, we don't need another Luigi Mangione or whatever his name was. Let's just, I don't know, maybe they'll take care of it. I don't know why people want the pilots' names, but that was, I guess the latest I've seen on that Delta thing is that they want those pilots' names released, so I don't know why they're not releasing them. They're probably trying to write their narrative, right? They're trying to figure out their story, and then they'll release the pilots' names once they can kind of push it to the way the narrative they want to do with it. That's kind kind of what they do sometimes. I don't know. That's just me being, but anyways, yeah. So that's all I really have for like news, I guess. In the last week, there's been a lot of stuff going on. Obviously, like you have like the peace talks with Russia and all that. I don't want to dive too much into politics because I'll end up being a dumbass. And very likely will be a dumbass. I didn't do a lot of research for this episode, clearly. I thought the importance of this episode was just going to be getting it done, right? I needed to sit down and actually do it. So that's what we've done here. That's why it's kind of, off the rails a little bit. It'll get better if I can actually do a little bit of planning and flesh the ideas out some. I just kind of ran out of time this week, or I didn't know for sure if I was going to do this or not, to be honest. So it was a good week to do it, and I just didn't do it. We've had a cold snap. Dude, how about the cold snap, right? That was pretty much like all over the U.S., right? I mean, it was cold here in Texas. I'm in Texas. Got down into the teens, which is very rare for this part of Texas that I'm in. Have friends in other parts of the country. They're talking about they were down around like in the negatives even. I mean, it was chilly. The big polar vortex dip came in and caused it to be really cold. And I mean, next week here in Texas, it's going to be like mid 80s. So, I mean, wild temperature swings. I mean, we're talking huge temperature swings. 50, 60 degrees kind of stuff going on right now. It's what do you want to say? The undulations, I guess you could say, of the polar vortex or whatever. I'm not a meteorologist, but shout out to all the WX guys on X. I follow some of y'all, and I see the stuff, and it's fascinating. But yeah, the cold snap's crazy, man. People losing their minds, trying to like hoard stuff. And it's like, guys, it's just going to be cold for a couple days. Everybody's so, especially here in Texas, and for good reason, but everybody's so, they get a little hysterical about the cold. Ever since the snowmageddon or snowpocalypse or whatever you want to call it, that pretty much just shut the Texas power grid down for a couple days, 1 or 2 years ago. 2 or 3 years ago, actually, maybe at this point. I can't remember what year that was. It was several years ago, maybe. But the bad one, anyway. The one where Ted Cruz, took off and said, yeah, I'll see ya. Oh, I'm going to Cancun. Dude, y'all... Deuces, y'all stay warm. I'm heading to Cancun. That one, yeah. People are just gun shy, though, about the cold here. So everybody's, going into that, toilet paper hoarding mode. People were buying firewood like crazy. There's this place not too far from me that sells firewood. They keep it out by the road in the parking lot. Big stacks of it usually. And it was almost gone the other day leading up to this. So, I mean, we did all right here power wise. For as much grief as I want to give ERCOT in Texas, they did decent this time from what I've noticed. Power only went out here a couple of times, and I think that was an unrelated thing to the cold. I actually think it was wind driven. I think the wind, I don't know, caused some issues on a power line somewhere. So, I mean, better than the snowpocalypse for sure. But that was happening all over the place. The country's really cold. I don't know what Punxsutawney Phil was talking about. One of them, Punxsutawney, he said 6 more weeks of winter, right? Texas has got Bee Cave Bob. We got another guy, a little armadillo dude. He tells us stuff. And Bee Cave Bob said it was going to be spring. And then it was immediately the coldest it's been in months. Years even. I don't even think it got this cold last year. I think last year was a little bit more mild. I think we had 2 weeks of winter last year. So, definitely a little different. Bee Cave Bob might be tripping. Or it might not be. He said early spring. This could be it. So if this is it, we may turn around and it's just in the 80s now at the end of February until November, when we finally get below 80 again, something like that. Anyways, that's Texas weather. That's neither here nor there for the people that may or may not care about that. But Some other things, just final notes here, just random little tidbits of stuff that I've seen in the past week. Dude, child-free weddings has been a big discussion this week. I guess there was a New York, again, I don't remember if it was New York Times or New York Post, one of the New York medias posted something about a couple got mad that somebody brought their kid. Anyways, I don't remember what it was. Go look up the article. I can't remember what it was. I should probably look it up, but I'm not going to. I didn't really want to talk about that specific case. It's just the fact that the child-free weddings, like, so apparently, like, they brought children. They were mad that there was children at their child-free wedding, their no-kid wedding, which, I mean, yeah, I think they should be upset about that. I think if you put on the invitation, first of all, I mean, child-free weddings, like, I think let kids come to weddings, right? I mean, a marriage is like, to me, that's, all right, we're making a family. This is the start of a family. This is a family thing. We are being married. We want to involve other families. Everybody has a good time, hangs out, whatever. Like, it's a family thing, right? A wedding. At least that's to me. Apparently, some people don't have that belief, and that's fine. I guess marriage is what it is to, you know, it can be different for different people is what I'm trying to say. Like, it can mean different things to different people. To me, a wedding is like, you know, it's a family thing. Like, bring the kids, let's everybody have a good time. But some people, they don't want that. Okay, fair enough. So they make a child-free wedding, and I'm sure they tell people before that, hey, okay, we're going to have a child-free wedding. So if it's a child-free wedding and you see that on the invitation, child-free wedding, and then you bring your child to the child-free wedding, the thing you knew was a child-free wedding from the get, that makes you an asshole, okay? Like, there was rules, and you didn't follow them because you're selfish, okay? Get a sitter, go to the wedding, or don't go to the wedding. That's neither here nor there if you agree with child-free wedding. That apparently, that couple that was getting married, they believe in the child-free wedding. That's what they wanted. So don't bring your kids to the child-free wedding. Okay? You're in the wrong. Now, the people that put on the child-free wedding, I think they could be kind of in the wrong too. But again, that depends on my personal preference as opposed to your personal preference. You may not. You know, it's a big discussion right now on X. I'm seeing a lot of retweets and stuff. A lot of people disagreeing with the idea as a whole, disagreeing with the fact that these people are getting mad at these other people for having their kids there. My thing is, if it was set up that way from the get, like I said, don't bring your kids. Okay, it's like a rule to begin with that you just decided to break. So that's I don't know. It's an interesting thing. What do you guys think? Child-free weddings? I don't know, man. I guess it's fine. It's actually interesting. I didn't even know this was going to be like a trending topic this week. And I got an invitation in the mail just 2 days ago. Invitation to a wedding. And it is a child-free wedding. No kids allowed. Dude, keep the kids out. Adults only sort of wedding. Which I've never heard of. I've never been invited to one. And it's funny that I would receive an invite to one, you know, right when the topic is trending on the internet. That's a weird coincidence. How does that happen? Anyways, like I said, I mean, I guess I've talked about this. I don't know. I think kids should be allowed. But if the couple doesn't want them to be, then I think you as the guest, this is not your day, okay? You need, if you want to attend to this wedding, you need to find somewhere else to put your kids. I mean, they've requested that, okay? And it's their wedding, it's their day. You're a guest. So I feel like that's just respectful. That's the respectful thing to do. So I think that's how you go about it. Yeah. So anyways, I had that on the notes, and then this is like super latest news, I guess. Sort of a cultural, almost kind of tech kind of sense too, though. Apparently there's a bipedal robot from a company called Clone. Dude, Go look this thing up. Go look this thing up. The clone biped robot. They have a little demo clip of it, and it's sort of terrifying looking. So like it's apparently this robot that's it's shaped like a human, right? They've made it like human shaped. Here's what they tweeted. It's at Clone Robotics, proto-clone, the world's first bipedal musculoskeletal android. And yeah, it kind of looks like a human, but like, you know, it's kind of weird, like robot, like visor face. But it is musculoskeletal. It makes it look, and you know, it's proportioned like a human, like sort of like a lame Westworld looking robot. You know, like Westworld, like the robots were like before they got the skin on them and everything, they're all white and synthesized looking. That's kind of what this looks like, but like a bad version. You know, this is like the Temu.com Westworld. But this is like the real one. And obviously this is real and Westworld's fake, but you know, you get what I mean. Anyways, there was a tweet that I thought this guy summed it up pretty good. This is from at Samoyed_online. He says, "Yep, boss, the promo video is going great. Got the twitching humanoid robot strung up on a meat hook and flickering lights. They'll love it." And that sums it up, because this thing is hanging on ropes from the ceiling. It's like jittering around in the air, like hanging in the air. It's hanging in the air. It's not even on the ground, and it's like wiggling around, and it's in a dark room. There's like wires and cables falling from the ceiling behind it, and there's a flickering light in the background. It's a horror movie. It's a horror movie. It's cyberpunk, you know, it's dystopian, okay? It looks dystopian. And yeah, these violent delights have violent ends. Lots of Westworld quotes on stuff talking about this. Yeah, it's I don't know, man. Apparently they can oh, where was the list? There's a list somewhere of like stuff that it does. The proto-clone is a faceless, anatomically accurate synthetic human with over 200 degrees of freedom, over 1,000 myofibers, and 500 sensors. Oh, there's music with it? No way. Oh man, there's music with it. Okay, I just listened to the music. And it's by Ludwig Göransson. Somebody said, "Why is the music by Hans Zimmer? You're freaking me out." And they said, no, it's Ludwig Göransson. I'm probably saying that wrong. But they said it's Cinematic Company. And yeah, no, so they deliberately intended this to be creepy, probably to get people talking. I mean, it's pretty good marketing, right? It's working. But yeah, why are we doing it creepy, man? Why do we have to do it creepy? Why are the robots creepy? Why do we got to do it the Skynet, like they're probably gonna enslave us and kill us way? You know? Why's it got to be that? Why can't they just make them like Rosie from the Jetsons? You know? Bleep bloop, bleep bloop bleep blorp. Something like that. You know? Square head, round eyes, little antennas. Like, let's do that. Let's make them fun, you know? Let's not make them, you know, nightmare fuel. Okay? Seems like a good plan. I don't know, man. I don't know where we're headed. We're gonna have like, you know, OpenAI is gonna come up with some kind of, you know, they're gonna achieve AGI, and it's gonna be smarter than any system we've ever developed, and it's gonna hack its way into this clone, and then we're gonna have robots that are artificially intelligent, and yeah, it's just gonna be Terminator. So I hope that hope you all have enjoyed living on Earth, not enslaved to robot overlords, because I guess that's where we're headed. But anyways, that's all I've got this week. Sorry it got a little rambly. This was fun though. This was fun. I think we're gonna keep this going. I kind of felt like I started to hit a little bit of a stride. And I enjoyed this. So let's look for another episode next week. I'll just take notes. We'll just do this again. It'll get polished over time, right? I mean, I'll find a rhythm with it. I think the important thing was just sitting down and taking some action and doing this and making this. So hope you guys enjoyed it. I enjoyed it, just randomly chit-chatting for a little while. We've hit about 45 minutes. I think that's good. It's not bad. So I'll get this edited and we'll put this up and talk about some more stuff next week. So we'll get some more details lined out, stuff like that. We'll come up with an official release date, release time, all that kind of stuff. And I'll get this up. I actually don't know what platform this is going on. This is going to be a bit of a quandary. I could just put this on my Hot Sauce Z platform. That'd probably be the best bet. But then we're going to run into issues about renaming it and stuff later. Because, again, I want to kind of differentiate it. So I actually don't know where this is going to be, but we'll line that out and get that figured out. So until then, I hope you guys have a good rest of your week, and I'll be back and we'll chit-chat some more about random happenings from the world next week sometime. So yeah, I don't know. I need a sign off. I'm going to have a sign off too. Goodbye. I will see you guys next time. Enjoy the rest of your day. Take it easy.